What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about syrup today. Maple Finance. It's been a while, but let's talk about it, man. It's the 28th day of January here. Here we are at about 35.7 cents with roughly 4 days. It says 8 hours left, but it's like 7.5 hours left in this week. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. One of my buddies was just talking to me about Maple Finance. He's like, "Why don't you talk about Maple anymore?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, I forgot about it, man. I genuinely forgot about it. It's a great project. I think Syrup is actually or Maple Finance is one of the better DeFi protocols in the space. Genuinely, they're interesting to say the least. Do your own research. If you've never heard of them before, definitely do your own research. Look into it. It's interesting because I think what Maple's doing is different than what a lot of DeFi is doing. A lot of DeFi and crypto, and I'm giving you the footnotes, man. I'm really not going into detail here. If you want to get the details, you got to find them yourself. Okay, this is a technical analysis channel for the most part. Whenever we talk about new projects, we do fundamental analysis, and maybe we'll do some fundamental analysis on this again at one point. But I digress from the main point I'm trying to get to. The point is, most cryptos in this space, whenever they're in the DeFi sector, they all tell you that they're decentralized, but they're not. None of them are. None of the good ones are. They have some kind of centralized force backing it, pushing it forward, developing it, right? It's not making the decisions. It's not a decentralized ecosystem of collective prosperous thinkers that are making this thing work. No, DeFi is very centralized, very centralized. And what I like about Maple Finance is they are centralized finance, but in crypto. It is a DeFi project because if you're in crypto and you're a part of finance, we just call you DeFi. But the reality is, the way that Maple does it is they centralize it, and it's very publicly known that they centralize their lending and their borrowing protocols and stuff like that, but you're the one that benefits from it. You can participate as an investor in a decentralized fashion to a centralized ecosystem. And I think that's cool because, again, this whole thought of going from completely centralized bank authoritarian form of finance to decentralized freedom of cash for everybody, it's not going to happen like that. There's going to be a transition, and this I think is a perfect mode of transition. Maple Finance is for something like that. And if not, it's one of the better ones that we've seen. Mark my words, man. This thing is going to be a showstopper later this year, or later in the cycle, as this cycle develops. Maple Finance here, $412 million market cap. It's not a low market cap. It's not a high market cap. It's kind of an in-between. Something like this definitely does have 100x potential. If not 100x potential, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. At least I would say 50x potential. But you've got a lot of potential with this thing. And then, let alone in future years as time develops, I think this one will be here to stay. Anyways, you found support at your prior weekly high close back here. This is really, really good structure, I have to say. This is very, very positive structure. You found direct support there. Very nice movement upwards. Pulled back a little bit. Now we're engulfing last week's candle. You're up 16% this week already. It's nice to see. From a low to a high here, you pulled back and bounced right off your 0.5. A little 0.5236 action. Typically, in this situation, you'd go back to the golden ratio. But the fact that you're finding support at the 382, if you can come back above this 236, I think that you're saved. Get above 40.6 cents, and then you validate this as a low, you validate this as a higher low, and you validate that you are, in fact, ready to break out of this downward sloping channel. From a relative low to high here, you also bounced right off your 0.5. There's a little bit of respect on the 0.5 levels there. Hey, that's good to see. I wonder if you found support on this 0.5 as well. Nope, that was the golden ratio, or resistance, I should say, not support. Anyways, 1 hour time frame, looking at this here. I like the RSI, it looks strong. The stochastics look strong, and so does the MACD. 4 hour time frame, everything looks strong here as well. You're getting overbought. You know, do expect that this move is going to come to an end soon, but you look good. I mean, really, honestly, from a daily basis, I shouldn't have even said that. You actually look like this move is just getting started. Like maybe on a 4 hour basis, this move's coming to an end. Okay, you find some resistance, you pull back, but really on a daily basis, this move's just getting started. I think that you are going to send it to higher prices. Stochastics look great. MACD's at a perfect area to bounce from. You have a little bit of bullish divergence there as well, and the RSI bounced right off the oversold zone. We pop it back out to the weekly. Is that right? 3 day time frame maybe? Daily time frame. Let's just do the daily time frame. and we take this high here to this low here, 0.5236. Again, like I said, but we're in the reverse kind of scheme of this now. If you go from your 0.5 to your 236, typically we see you go to the golden ratio. So I expect from here, 36 cents roughly, we're going to push probably over the next week, like mark my words, in 10 days or less, we'll be at 45 to 49 cents. Ooh, with that being said too, I almost forgot. When you interact with the 0.5 first, this does up your chances of breaking through the golden ratio. What I will say though is going from the 0.5 back down to the 236 hurts your chances of breaking through the golden ratio. It's all I'm trying to say is where I am expecting that you do find resistance is 45.2 to 48.7 cents, somewhere in here. There is a chance that you bust through that and that you continue up to this 54 to 60 cent area, and that's very possible as well, something to consider nonetheless. However, I think this zone is the most likely zone that we interact with here. Find resistance there, pull back, yeah. Maybe not that low, but a little bit, and then continue to build. What we'll probably do is go up to the golden ratio, find resistance there, pull back, find support where you found resistance before, and then continue to build. But again, I think this will happen in a very short amount of time. I mean, from the current price going to the golden ratio, that's anything from a 27% to a 35% pump. Yeah. I don't really think I have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. I like the daily time frame a lot. I think it looks great. The 3-day looks ready to go. Wow, the 3-day looks really ready to go. In the weekly, it's just so new, but still, there's some positive things going on here. We'll see. I think the daily and the 3-day look a lot more positive, but over the next week, over the next month, over the coming months, I expect Maple will do very, very well. And the next target overall, if we're looking at this in a weekly time frame, so like in the months to come, maybe by the end of March, I think we could expect to see something anywhere from about a 90-cent price to $1.28, maybe higher. I mean, it's completely possible that we do go higher. Maple, it does have a higher market cap, so I mean, a 2.5x move to a 3.5x move over the next month and a half, I don't think that's a problem. But you really could go higher. Maybe we do push for this 250 level, 360 level, something on the lines of a 10x to a 7x could come into play as well. I mean, realistically, what we're looking at here is a bull flag, right? This is a very well-formed bull flag. Absolutely it is. 100% without a doubt this is a bull flag. And if it is, then the measure move, come on now, something like that. It's a little bit lower, so it'll be a little bit more conservative. Let's right there, right on the money. The measure move would take you, coincidentally, right to the top of this wick here. We had the little scam wick in the beginning of your transition here from syrups, from maples to syrups. Because Maple Finance, again, Maple used to be MPL USD. So it had all this history before, right? This is all part of its history too. But this Maple stopped, I think, on the 28th of April or 30th of April. They stopped running Maple, converted it all to syrup. So syrup has all this history too. It's just non-existent because it's not Maple anymore. But I don't know. Hopefully we can still reference this chart in later times. I actually want to reference it now. Let's just see. That'd be $1.80. So in Maple, that would actually be $180. Oh no, we're way higher. So new all-time highs. It's not even relevant. What about this though? $180 is pretty close to that 1272. Anyways, the measure move would take you up here from a high to a low here. That does take you right in the heart of your secondary zone. Your primary zone is the 1272 to the 1618. The secondary zone is the 1886 to the 2618. That takes you right there. Measure moves are just ideas. You can fall short of those ideas. You can exceed through those ideas. Something around $1.70 to $1.90 though does look promising, I would think, by the end of Q1, which would imply then from the current price, we see something on the lines of about a 4.6 to a 5.4x. Yeah. If not more. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.